Jenny Fraser is gone, and Outlander fans are not okay. Just when we thought Season 8 couldn't shake us any harder, this news hits like a dagger to the heart. One of the most loyal, fearless, and emotionally complex characters in Jamie's life won't be returning for the final chapter. And it's not just her absence that hurts. It's what her exit means for Jamie, for Lallybroch, and for everything the Fraser legacy stood for. But that's only the beginning. In the trailer and early teasers for Outlander Season 8, we're thrown headfirst into chaos. William's identity begins to unravel. Jamie finds himself in the bloodiest conflict of his life. And Claire is once again at the center of a storm that could change history. This isn't just the end of a story. It's the unraveling of everything we thought we knew. So, if you're not ready for heartbreak, betrayal, and possibly the most emotional battle yet, brace yourself. Season 8 is coming fast, and nothing is sacred anymore. The news hit quietly, but landed like thunder. Jenny Fraser Murray will not be returning for Outlander Season 8. For longtime fans, this is more than just a casting update. It's a spiritual blow. Jenny was never just Jamie's sister. She was his anchor, his conscience, his link to home and heritage. From the very beginning, Jenny represented the unshakable roots of the Fraser family. She was the one who kept Lallybroch alive when Jamie was gone, the one who challenged him when no one else could, and the one who loved him fiercely even when it hurt. Her absence now, especially in the final season, feels almost too big to process. According to showrunner Matthew B. Roberts, it came down to logistics. With only 10 episodes left, the writers had to make brutal choices. And as painful as it is, they chose to cut the Lallybroch storyline to focus fully on Jamie and Claire. But for fans, this decision feels like tearing a page out of the soul of the show. Jenny's journey wasn't over. Not in the books, and definitely not in our hearts, and yet this opens a strange and powerful emotional door for Jamie. Without Jenny, he's more isolated than ever before. No familiar home to retreat to, no voice of reason when his world spirals. And as we've already seen, Jamie's relationship with his past is as important as his future. The absence of Lallybroch creates an emotional vacuum, one that will likely play out in dangerous ways as the Revolutionary War tightens its grip. If Jamie has no home to return to, what exactly is he fighting for? That question might become central to his arc in Season 8, and it might lead him to take risks he never would have taken before. We've seen what Jamie can survive, but we've never seen him truly lost. Jenny's exit might just be the thing that pushes him to the edge. And with Claire focused on the trauma of Faith's possible return, there's no guarantee Jamie will have the emotional support he needs to survive. What's coming? What's worse is that Jenny's absence isn't just about Jamie. Her departure leaves a gaping hole in the Fraser legacy. She was the keeper of traditions, the bridge between generations, the one who passed down stories and values. Without her, who carries that forward? And more importantly, who remembers the cost? As the series prepares to close out one of the most iconic love stories ever told, the loss of Jenny signals something much bigger, that nothing, no character, no storyline, no piece of the past, is untouchable anymore. Season 8 is not here to comfort us. It's here to challenge us. And Jenny's exit is just the first sign of how far they're willing to go. What makes all of this even more painful is knowing that fans never got closure. No proper goodbye. No final moment between siblings. No scene to honor all that Jenny gave to this world. She deserved more. And Jamie? He deserved one last conversation. But maybe that's the point. Maybe the show is reminding us that life, even in the world of time travel and magic, doesn't always offer neat endings. Sometimes the people who shaped us just disappear. And we're left with the weight of what they meant. Jenny's voice will echo through this season even if we never see her face. And you can bet, when Jamie faces his final battle, he'll be carrying her memory into the fire. Because that's what Frasers do. They fight for the ones they've lost even when they know the war might be their last. He was raised with honor, bred for nobility, and taught to believe in duty above all else. But William Ransom is about to come face to face with a truth so explosive, it could tear apart everything he's ever known. In Season 8 of Outlander, William's carefully built world begins to crack. The boy who grew up believing he was the son of Lord John Grey is slowly awakening to a devastating reality. He's not who he thinks he is. And when that truth fully sinks in, the fallout could destroy not only his identity, but also the fragile connections that bind Jamie Fraser's bloodline together. Because William isn't just any young soldier, he's Jamie's biological son, a secret kept hidden for his entire life. And now, as war rages around him and loyalties are pushed to the limit, that secret threatens to consume him from the inside out. We've already seen glimpses of William's inner turmoil in previous seasons. Subtle. Moments of restlessness, pride, and confusion. But in Season 8, the mask starts to slip. The trailer hints at a powerful unraveling, a man torn between what he was taught and what he feels. Between loyalty to Lord John, the man who raised him, and a strange, unshakable connection to the Highland warrior he's been told to despise. The tension is unbearable. William fights for the British crown, while Jamie has pledged his life to the American rebellion. Father and son, on opposite sides of the battlefield, both carrying burdens they don't fully understand. But what happens when William finds out the truth? When he realizes the man he's sworn to fight is his father, it's not just identity that's at stake, it's legacy. William isn't just Jamie's son by blood, he represents the future of the Fraser name, whether he wants to or not. But legacy means nothing if it's built on lies. And as the war forces him to confront death, betrayal, and his own conscience, William may find himself spiraling into a breakdown that puts everyone around him at risk. He's proud, he's angry, he's desperate for clarity, and that desperation might lead him down a dark path. Will he reject Jamie completely? Or will he finally understand what it means to be a Fraser when it costs everything? What makes this arc so emotionally devastating is the silence that surrounds it. Jamie can't acknowledge his son, not openly. Claire knows the truth but can do little to ease the pain. And Lord John? He's caught in the cruelest position imaginable, watching the boy he raised fall apart, knowing that truth might destroy him, but that silence might destroy him even faster. The heartbreak is unavoidable. Someone is going to get hurt. Maybe all of them. And when William learns the full scope of what's been hidden from him, the rage, the betrayal, the grief, it's going to be volcanic. But here's the most terrifying part. William is a soldier. He's trained to act under pressure, to follow orders, to kill if needed. A breakdown in a man like that? It could be deadly. What if in a moment of confusion or rage, he turns his weapon on the wrong person? What if he faces Jamie without knowing who he really is? And pulls the trigger. The danger isn't just emotional, it's physical. And in the chaos of war, mistakes become tragedy. Season 8 is not playing it safe, and William's story is proof that no one is protected. Not by blood, not by honor, not by love. This isn't just a coming-of-age tale. It's a slow-motion collapse of everything William thought was true. And when the dust settles, we may not recognize the man who comes out the other side. The breakdown is coming. The truth is coming, and when it does, the Fraser legacy may never recover. Jamie Fraser has survived war, prison, betrayal, and time itself, but in Outlander Season 8, everything he's ever fought for is on the line. His family, his legacy, and his very life. The trailer doesn't hold back. We see a warrior preparing for the fight of his life, not just against the British, but against fate itself. This isn't just another battle for Jamie. This is his reckoning. The final stand of a man who's always carried more than his share of pain, and who may finally be reaching the edge of what even he can endure. Because this time the enemy isn't just wearing red coats, it's time grief and prophecy. For seasons, we've watched Jamie try to stay one step ahead of death. He's lost children, friends, land, and nearly his own soul more than once. But no matter how hard the blows came, he always got back up. Now in Season 8, it feels different. The war for American independence is no longer just a historical event. It's personal. Jamie is no longer just fighting for a cause. He's fighting to protect what little he has left Claire, Ian, Brianna, and Roger, and maybe even William, though Jamie knows that truth may destroy more than it saves. Every decision now carries the weight of finality. There's no going back. The tension is unbearable because we know Jamie isn't invincible, and the trailer dares to suggest what we've all feared. His time might be running out. We see flashes of blood. A glimpse of him on the battlefield, face, bruised eyes full of something between fury and surrender. A sword raised. A shot fired, silence. The camera lingers too long, and in that stillness the question hits like a thunderclap. Does Jamie Fraser die in Season 8? Is this the last time we'll see the Highlander ride into battle? And if it is, what a way to go. because Jaime is not going quietly. The rumors swirling around this final season say that Jaime's last battle may be the most brutal of his life. He's outnumbered, surrounded, and targeted by both enemies and ghosts from his past. And there's something deeply symbolic about it. Jaime started as a soldier. He became a lover, a father, a leader. But deep in his bones, he's always been a warrior. And warriors don't fade away. They burn until there's nothing left to give. That's what we're about to witness. Not just a man dying, but a legacy igniting. Yet there's a part of Jaime's story that refuses to close. Time travel has always twisted his fate, and Claire's knowledge of the future has saved him before. But what if this time even she can't stop what's coming? What if Jaime knows he has to die for history to unfold the way it should? And what if his final act is one of sacrifice, not just for family, but for the future itself? A future where Scotland is free, where America survives, where his bloodline lives on even if he doesn't. But here's the haunting twist. There's a prophecy, a vision, a whispered warning buried in earlier seasons. Some believe Jaime's ghost has already been seen by Claire, as a child back in Season 1. If that's true, then Jaime's death has always been inevitable, a moment written in time. And now in Season 8, that prophecy may finally be fulfilled. The man who's fought against fate his entire life may be walking straight into it, eyes wide open, heart unbroken, ready. So what does Jaime's final battle really mean? Is it the end of the Outlander saga, or the beginning of a legend that will echo across centuries? Will his name fade like a whisper or rise like thunder? And will Claire survive what comes next, or will her heart die with him? The answers are coming. The swords are drawn, and the man we've loved for 8 seasons may be preparing to take his last breath. But if he does, he'll do it like only Jaime Fraser can, on his feet with fire in his soul and love in his eyes. Claire Fraser has never been a woman of inaction. She has crossed centuries, defied kings, and saved lives with nothing but her mind, her heart, and her unbreakable will. But in Outlander Season 8, Claire is faced with a choice no one should ever have to make: save the man she loves or protect the future her daughter depends on. Because this time, the cost of interfering with time itself might be greater than anything she's ever dared to imagine. And yet when Jaime's life is on the line, can she really stand by and let history decide his fate? From the very beginning, Claire's story has been about love versus destiny. Her journey through the stones was never just about survival, it was about following her heart across time, knowing the risk. But now in Season 8, that same love is caught in a storm. Jaime's final battle is drawing near, and Claire sees the signs, the quiet moments, the urgency in his voice, the way he holds her like it might be the last time. She knows something is coming. Something big, something final. And the weight of that knowledge is almost too much to bear. But there's more at stake now. Brianna and Roger are in the future with their children. Safe for now, but time is shifting. Echoes of the past ripple forward. And the trailer teases a terrifying possibility that Brianna's future may not be safe after all. That history is changing. That something Claire and Jaime do, or fail to do in this final chapter, will have consequences far beyond the battlefield. A threat looms not just over Jaime, but over their bloodline. And once again, Claire may be the only one who can stop it. Season 8 hints at the return of the stones, at the power that brought Claire to the 18th century and the mystery of why it keeps pulling her family back and forth through time. Is there a greater purpose? A master plan? Or is time unraveling under the weight of too many changes? We see glimpses. Claire touching a stone with tears in her eyes. A voice calling her back. A vision of Brianna in danger. The lines between past and future are cracking, and Claire is caught in the middle. The emotional tension is devastating, because Claire is no longer just a healer. She's a mother, a wife, a woman who's built a life in a century that was never meant to be hers. And now she's being asked to risk it all again. But how do you choose between your husband and your daughter? How do you choose between saving Jaime in the 18th century or preserving the life your children have in the 20th? Claire has faced death before, but this might be her most painful battle yet. A war of the heart where there are no easy victories. And Then there's the unspoken fear. What if she can't save Jamie this time? What if everything she's ever done, the surgeries, the warnings, the sacrifices, still leads to the same end? A battlefield, a blood-stained kilt, a name etched into memory. What happens to Claire if Jamie dies? What happens to her soul? Will she stay behind to carry his legacy? Or will she return through the stones one last time to the daughter who still needs her? But there's one more twist because some fans believe Brianna herself might return too, the past. That something pulls her back, either to save her father or to change a fate she can't accept. And if that happens, if mother and daughter reunite in the chaos of war, then everything changes. The Fraser family may be scattered across time, but their bond has always been stronger than the centuries that divide them. And in Season 8, that bond may be the only thing left to save. Outlander has always been about love that defies time, but now time is fighting back, and Claire Fraser is standing at the center of it all, heart torn in two, staring down a future she never thought she'd have to face. Because no matter what choice she makes, someone she loves might be lost forever. This is the end of the story, but not the end of the love. Outlander Season 8 is building to a finale that fans are both desperate for and completely unprepared to face. Everything we've seen, every heartbreak, every reunion, every impossible choice has been leading here. To Jamie Fraser's final stand, to Claire's last decision, to the truth about time, family, and fate. And in this last chapter, we are going to lose something. Maybe not who we expect, maybe not how we fear, but loss is coming, and it will leave us shattered. The trailer reveals glimpses of Jamie in battle, older, wiser, and more determined than ever. There's no turning back. The war is not just for liberty, now it's for legacy, for his land, his family, and for the soul of everything he's fought for. But what makes this battle different is the weight of finality that hangs over it. Jamie is ready. His voice is calm. His words to Claire are full of love and finality. He tells her, "Whatever happens, I am yours always." And in that moment, we know. He's not sure he'll make it back, but this is Jamie Fraser, the Highlander who survived Culloden, the rebel who never bowed to kings. And in Season 8, he fights not just with a sword, but with memory. Every step he takes toward the battlefield is haunted by ghosts, his father, Murtagh Dougal, and even Blackjack Randall. Because this isn't just a war for freedom, it's a reckoning with the past. One last chance to close the wounds that never truly healed. Jamie isn't just fighting for the future, he's laying the past to rest. Meanwhile, Claire is breaking. We've seen her strong, we've seen her survive the impossible. But this, watching Jamie walk toward death knowing history says he doesn't make it, it's tearing her apart. And yet, she doesn't stop him. Because she finally understands. Jamie isn't afraid of dying. He's afraid of not living. Of not being true to who he is. So, she lets him go. And we feel every second of it, every breath, every heartbeat. Because Claire's greatest act of love is letting Jamie be free. And then comes the twist. The moment fans never expected. William, Jamie's son, the boy he never got to raise, now a man broken by duty, shattered by war, and desperate to understand where he truly belongs. Season 8 reveals a shocking confrontation between father and son. It's not dramatic. It's quiet. But it's explosive. Because William finally sees who Jamie really is. Not the outlaw, not the ghost of scandal, but the man, the father. And, as cannon fire echoes around them, William must decide. Does he embrace that bloodline or turn away from it forever? But that's not the only twist. Because just when we think Jamie may fall, he lives. Or maybe he dies. Or maybe something even more mysterious happens. The trailer hints at something deeper. Time bending. Stones humming. And Claire reaching for something that's no longer there. We don't know yet if Jamie survives the final battle, but what we do know is that his story won't end in silence. Whether through legend, memory, or legacy, Jamie Fraser's name will echo across centuries. And Claire, whether she stays in the past or returns to the future, she carries Jamie with her, always her heart, her soul, her story. It doesn't end with death. It ends with love. And in the final scenes, the stones appear once more, calling, humming, whispering the same question they asked in Season 1. Would you risk everything for love? Claire's answer is the same. Always has been, always will be. This is the end of Outlander as we know it, but not the end of the Frasers. Their bloodline, their love, and their sacrifice will ripple through time forever. And as the trailer fades, to black one final whisper is heard, time may part us, but love will find the way. The battle is over, but the legend has just begun.